it's Katie at the Fabric Squirrel, and today I am talking to you about what I have worn to festivals in the past and maybe some ideas of what I might wear to the festivals that we've got lined up for this year. And I'm hoping that you can take some inspiration and if not, just enjoy the fun, because for me, a festival is where you can have the most fun expressing yourself with your clothes. It's where I feel most comfortable to just wear whatever it is that I want, and a lot of things that I would not necessarily wear every day on the school run and things. As far as the festivals that we go to, we are pretty tame really. So with the first one that we went to, I was well into my 30s already, and it was a tribute act one. We went with the boys when we had our caravan for the first time, and we had a great time. I think that was Glastonbudget, it was our first one. And we realised actually the tribute act ones, they are so talented. You literally could be watching the band that you enjoy, and it's a lot more affordable, and you're much more likely to see a band that you like that would not necessarily be touring. So we really like a tribute one. So we tend to do that once a year with the family. We did Sausage Cider Festival, and I believe this year that one is now called Replika Festival, and it's going to be much bigger. So we're really looking forward to that, and we'll go with friends as well. Each year, locally to us, a manor house called Burley House, they do something called the Ibiza Classics. I think they tour, so you might have seen them in your area as well. And it's basically a massive orchestra that plays dance music, but really nostalgic dance music. So millennials like us can just go back to when we were teenagers again and just have fun. It's a lot more sparkly, this festival, a lot more girly, there's a lot more glitter. So that is where the butterfly wing idea was born from going to that one for the first time. So we tend to do that every year. I think it's about 4 or 5 years in a row now that we've done that. As far as the one big festival that we go to, like I say, we're quite tame, and we have done YNot Festival. And it was our first big one, and we like it so much that it's just been the only one that we've gone to. You can't really afford to go to more than one a year, as much as we would love to. And also with the children and things, it's a bit awkward. But it's just the right size. Everything's really close together. The thought of Glastonbury, I would love the idea of, but it's so huge, and I find that idea really overwhelming. So to have your caravan where you can go back to your bed and your cold wine and a toilet that flushes in YNot Festival, it's just our favourite place to be. And we are going again with friends this year. So what I'd like to make is something matching for us all to wear. I need to use my embroidery machine more, so I do need to get my thinking cap on and think about how I am going to just make it more personal for me and the friends that we go with. I have got a few things up and around me, so I should probably start with the wings that I've made behind me. And the reason it's taken me so long to make this video is because I really wanted to share the template for these wings, and I haven't been able to work out how to get that into a PDF format. So I have now done it. It's just literally a template which you can download for free if it's something that you want to make. These butterfly wings have come to every kind of festival that we go to, so they've been to quite a few now, and there is more to them than what they look like right now, because they also light up. I saw loads of people wearing the butterfly wings. You can sort of get them off Amazon. I was like, I want to make my own. And I thought about it, and I remembered that a long time ago I got hold of a big bag of scrap lace from an old bridal shop. They were trying to get rid of it. I think I had just given birth at the time. I went and picked it up. So I had this bag of lace and like satins and just wedding dress scraps, and I thought that would be the perfect way to create these butterfly wings. So all I've done is get some plain quilting cotton. So I used the ivory that I've got. I drew a rough template, and I then drew the holes. So all of these holes, I free drew them with like an erasable pen. I placed the scraps on top and sewed where that line is, and then I have trimmed the excess round, and then I trimmed the cotton. So I'm not going to do a very detailed way of how I did it, but I will put the template here, and I might do a short or something to show you how I actually put them together to give you a bit of an idea. So they have got just a tiny bit of lace, well, they've got a bit of lace that I've cut off in the top corner. So I tend to just tie that to my bra strap. The battery pack I just put in my bra. There is then a piece of lace about elbow sort of length away, so I can put that through my arm so they don't sag. And then there is a smaller little hoop which I then can put around my finger. So the reason why I love them so much is in festivals when it gets dark and the portaloos are dark, I have my own like plug-in lights. My husband can't lose me, and I just like how much friendlier and approachable it makes me. I get lots of people coming up and asking about them and getting pictures and stuff. So it's just nice. It's just fun, and sometimes you just need to dance around with butterfly wings on. So yeah, those are my butterfly wings. I thought I would start by talking about them. So other things that I have made for festivals. Festivals are a great excuse to wear sequins. Not that you should need an excuse to wear sequins, but I did get this beautiful sequin dead stock fabric last year, and I really wanted to use it. It's almost like an oil effect, and this was just a pattern that I massively hacked. It's just literally 3 pieces. It'd be really easy to recreate it. There was just one big back panel and then the side panels on each side, and this could literally go over anything. So I almost treated it a bit like a hoodie, just went over top of lots of things. Because of the sequins, I used a satin binding just around the raw edges so it didn't rub, and the inside itself was actually quite soft, so it didn't rub against my skin or anything. So I will be taking that for sure. That will be getting way more use out of it over the summer. I actually made the exact same pattern in this viscose, and it's worked beautifully. I think animal print is like an easy to wear pattern in festivals. And I last year wore my husband's childhood cowboy hat, and it's black, and I had some like lace that was animal print, so I customized it with a bit of that and with extra fairy lights, of course, and I wore it with this, and I think it worked really well. But I never would have thought to make just some like an overall cardigan-y type thing with viscose fabric, but it's worked really well. This would obviously work in any pattern for any occasion. And in the summer, you just want something to put over top of like a t-shirt or a vest or whatever you're wearing. So this has actually had lots of wear outside of festivals too. So I talked about the cowboy hat. The other must-have hat is a bucket hat. So we do go as a family. There are some that I do just my husband. There's some that we do with the kids, and we always go in the caravan. So we all have our own bucket hats, and the kids really enjoy picking fabrics that they want for their hats. So we have got Jurassic Park, we've got Chips, we've got Hot Wheels, and we've got Spider-Man, and then other Marvel characters as well. I couldn't actually find mine and my husband's. I think they must still be in the caravan. So my husband's got Star Wars, and I actually made mine with the scraps from my chevron quilt that I made. I made a scrappy chevron quilt, and it needed trimming down quite a lot. And I had these big bits of fabric that I was like, can't really do anything like much with them, but I was able to make a bucket hat of. So it was a double win. So everything didn't go to waste. So it was a scrappy quilt, and with the scraps of the scrappy quilt, I was able to make the bucket hat. I can't find a name on the pattern. I've had the pattern printed out for so long now. I think it's Brindle and Twig. As I say, the name isn't on the pattern, so I'll do some digging and I'll see if I can work out what the pattern was, because I believe it was a free pattern. And bucket hats are such a good way of using a really fun quilting cotton, and there are so many quilting cottons that sort of can tell your personality, and I think a hat is a really good way of showing that off. If you make one handmade thing for a festival, then let it be a bucket hat. So I absolutely love colour. I get quite conscious about wearing really bright colours every day, but at a festival I don't care. So I have had this orange fabric I got last year, and I just knew it would make fantastic trousers. So these are the Emerson Pants. I love that they are elastic. I love the pockets, they're really big. I love the pleat along the top. I've made these in like a crop version in some like white and blue striped fabric, and I've made them now in this orange fabric. I needed to have done the interfacing on the front waistband on both sides. So I do need to go back to these. I think the elastic that I use is probably a bit old as well and needs to be tightened up a bit or replaced. So as much as I do love these, I am going to have to rework them slightly to wear them again this summer. And I wore it alongside this crop top, which again, I wouldn't wear normally unless I was on holiday or at a festival. It started life as a dress that was always too small for me that I'd made. And I did then find that I had some of the fabric left over. So I've added a sheared panel to the back and turned the skirt into a separate skirt. So on holiday, I'll wear it as like a cord, and at a festival, it makes a great crop top with high-waisted trousers or high-waisted shorts. So I picked these shorts up from a charity shop, and when I got them home, I realised that they had a hole in the pocket. So I took the pocket off, used the other pocket as a template, used some of my Liberty cotton scraps and a bit of trim and made it pretty, and now they are perfect, because I feel like a little bit of trim and a little bit of personalisation on just an existing piece of clothing is exactly what festivals is all about, just adding your personality to something. I also made these Tilly and the Buttons Thea shorts, just turn the trousers into shorts, and I embroidered the pocket to make them a bit more interesting. So I just drew some cherries on my tablet and turned it into an embroidery file. And I've loved wearing these all summer, but I did also wear them to festivals last year too. They get use throughout the summer when the weather allows. You can't go to a festival without seeing some kind of lace or crochet. And I did crochet this a few years ago, and I made it slightly too small. So although I have worn it, I always wear something like a cardigan or something over top, or I've worn it on top of a dress before, because it just, I don't know, I didn't quite like how my shoulders sat on it. So I do want to make some more crochet tops. It just takes so long compared to sewing, doesn't it? And then it ends up, I get impatient and I haven't made it big enough. But I did like wearing this one, and I do want to come back to doing something more again this year. The other thing, and obviously like this is just so much quicker, this is just 2 pieces of fabric. It was a tablecloth that belonged to my grandma, and when she died and we cleared out her house, I think it was some glasses or something got wrapped up in the tablecloth, and I didn't think anything of it. So it had been folded away for years and years and years. And I came across it again, and you just see things with new eyes. And I turned the tablecloth into a top. So I used the hem of the tablecloth, so I didn't have to do anything with the hem of the sleeves or the hem of the top itself. I have just top stitched the neckline, which I need to do something else with, because it doesn't feel like it's going to last, but also I didn't want to add anything bulky. I didn't want to detract from what it was. So I haven't quite decided how to make it last a bit longer, but I have worn this quite a few times to festivals with crop top or something on underneath, and I've really loved it. So the last thing that I'm going to show you today is this skirt. It started life as just a piece of fabric that I found on a market stall when we were on holiday. I turned it into a dress. Literally, it's a square. I cut a circle out of the centre and then used that circle to help make a top, half of a dress, and then just the rest as a skirt. The top never quite sat right in the dress, so it's been sat in the cupboard in the wardrobe for absolutely ages, like years and years. And I came back to it and thought, you know what I could do? I'm going to just use the bottom, just use the skirt, and I added this wide elastic to it. And now it's the perfect festival skirt. I like that it's long. It feels like a blanket, because although we love the idea of it being a nice summer festival, often it's cold, especially when it gets dark. So it is really long in places and ends up dragging on the floor, but then it's also shorter in some places because it is just this square shape, as you can see. I bet there are people watching this that have picked up similar fabric like this when they've been on holiday, and maybe you'll be inspired to turn it into a skirt. I've bought one in like a pinky version as well, and I turned that into a dress, a different type of dress, which I wear every summer too. So yes, this is one of my favourites, and I do wear this all year round. I don't just save this for festivals. Shall I quickly just say a little bit about what I'm wearing now? Obviously not very festivally, but it is an outfit that I really love. And it was on my to sew list at the beginning of the year, if you watched that video, and I have now accomplished it, so it was definitely worth mentioning. I made the Aspen dress by Fabric Godmother like a few months ago, and I had cut 4 meters of fabric. That's what the pattern said. 4 meters was way too much. I could have easily done it in 3, probably 2.5, because I made the short version. But with what fabric I had left over, I decided to sew it into the simi skirt from Tammy Handmade. So that is the skirt I'm wearing today. And then the top is the Norma blouse from Fibre Mode. And I, again, really like this pattern. What I didn't realise is that the seam allowance wasn't included in the pattern, which is just frustrating. Thankfully, I'd lengthened the sleeves already and lengthened the bodice. Ideally, I would lengthen them a bit more. But obviously I lost that when I didn't include the seam allowance. I also then ripped a hole in the very buttonhole, which is really annoying, very amateur of me, but thankfully it's tucked in and you can't really tell. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed seeing a little bit of an insight into my head and what I like to wear when I am feeling my most free and the most fun outfits that I like to wear. I really felt like I needed to do this video so I could look ahead and put it out there into the world that hopefully festival season won't be too far around the corner, because it feels like we've had the longest winter. If you felt inspired by anything, or you want any links to fabrics or patterns or anything that I've used, then drop me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and make sure you give me a subscribe and a thumbs up if you have enjoyed watching the video.